Hello viewers, this is Unicorn Days Tarot, and today I'm going to give a pick a card reading. And if you're drawn to this reading at a particular time on a particular day, then hopefully one of these messages will help you in some way. Okay, so we'll move on now and you can pick your cards. So just look at the piles and see which pile you're drawn to, and you may be drawn to more than one, or you may be drawn to all of them. There's no specific way you should do this. So we'll look at the piles now, and we have the angel, the unicorn, the animal, and the mermaids and dolphins. So you just need to use the timestamps to go forwards to the cards that you need, and hopefully they will have a message for you that will help you. You can also just go by numbers, 1, 2, 3 or 4, if you find that the easiest way to do it. If you get a number in your head, just pick that number and see what the pile gives to you. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, so we'll shuffle the deck to find out what card the angels wish to bring. Message from the angels. Okay, and the card that we have is Layla. Spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. I believe the name Layla or Leela has meaning to someone, and I get the word nature lovers in my head, so I feel that a lot of people here are nature lovers, but I also get the word in my head city dwellers, so I feel that you wish to spend more time in nature, and I get the words take a break, take a break. I get nature reserves in my head, and this feeling that some of you wish to take a break and head out to the country or to another country, and at this moment in time you're not sure how you want to do it, but you want to do it imminently. And I think this is where they're asking you to meditate about your desires and intentions, because if you put it out there, you will find a way. And speaking from experience, it's amazing how these solutions come to you, and you do find a way. It's having the belief and having the intention that you can do this. I also get the word city break in my head, so I feel that, slightly flipping the coin, there are some of you who are in rural areas and wish to visit cities, certain cities. I get Prague and Copenhagen in my head, so that's interesting, and Madrid and Barcelona and Paris. But wherever this city break may be, again, putting the intention out there will help you to realize this. I am getting the message for some people that you actually do have the resources, but you're not committing. And I feel it's because you are possibly people who have got a little bit homebound, are the words I'm being given, in respect that you have got comfortable in your own home, in your own surroundings, and you've forgotten how to venture out. And they're saying, remember those times when you would travel alone and you would go out to places, and they're asking you to revive that. They're saying you can do this on your own if you need to. You don't need to wait for others to join you. However, if you do wish to go with a companion, ask that you will be accompanied by the perfect companion for a beautiful city break. And if it's your partner, they're saying, I get the words literally, pin him down. So make him give you dates, or her give you dates, so that you can get the ball rolling. No procrastination, and you will enjoy this. The other message that I get here is that you have been down lately. You've had this strange feeling, some of you, a very heavy feeling and quite an oppressive feeling, and you're not quite sure where it's come from because nothing in particular has happened in your life, but you feel this heaviness. And some of you, it's because you work for the collective and you need to protect yourself more, surround yourself more with a stronger light of protection. But the other reason there is this heaviness around many people is because you are starting to go through a transformation, and this is like they're saying end stages of a transformation. And I just saw 555 there on the clock. So they're saying just to go with it, but to keep thinking in a positive way, keep being grateful for the things that you have, so gratitude. And they're saying be patient for a little bit longer. Others of you have actually been through some rough times, I'm being told, and you're in this state of sort of heaviness, but you know that you're coming out of it. It's like you're surrendering and you're coming out of this situation. And again, they're asking you to keep thinking of the positive, because the light is there, it's coming, and the good times are coming forward for you. And those of you who have ceased to meditate, ceased to walk alone in nature because your thoughts have been all-consuming and sad are the words I'm getting, just feeling sad and not wanting to walk alone, not wanting to face these thoughts and feelings. But they're asking you to do some uplifting meditations. They're asking you to walk in nature and focus at the beauty all around you, and just see the creatures, the flowers, whatever it is in your environment, and just focus on the beauty of it, and it will uplift you, they're saying. It will definitely uplift you. I get the words Albright and Stacy, Serena, Charlie, Chris, Gilas, Dayu, Marcus, Briley, Trudy, Rowena, Sandra, Jane, Kate, Peter, Holly, Diane, Bailey, Russell, Capability Brown, Drifter, Archangels Michael, Raphael, Jophiel, Metatron, Ariel, Saint Peter, Saint Francis, Saint Joan. Okay, that's all I've got from the angel cards. I hope that they've helped you in some way. Okay, let's see what the unicorns have to say. I'll shuffle the cards now and see what card they bring. Right, okay, and the card we have is Family Culture. I get the words in my head, families, families, and it's this feeling that you're saying you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family because you're born to them. So I get the words disappointment in my head, so I get the feeling that those of you who've seen this reading are a little bit disappointed in a family member. I had 111 on the card, on the clock there, sorry. And this card is asking for compassion. It's like this image of this lady gently cupping this horse, this unicorn horse, and it's like she's drawing in the wisdom of the unicorn, but she's also showing compassion. And I feel that they're asking you to show compassion towards family members. And if they've wronged you in some way, they're saying to me, remember the good times for some of you. But if you feel that the good times were very far and few between, they're asking you to have compassion for yourself, to know that if you were born into a slightly difficult family dynamic, that this is not, they're actually saying this is not your birthright. So I feel what they're trying to say to you was this was through no fault of your own. And you were born to this to go one of two ways, they're saying. And the one of two ways is to continue with the karma of your family, or to break the cycle of the karma of your family. So I feel that there are repetitive scenarios within your family that you, whether you're male or female, can repeat and put forward to the next generation. Or you can choose to show compassion for yourself, compassion for your situation, to know that this isn't your lot in life, they're saying to me, that you can move away from this, you can step into a positive light, you can choose to change. So I get the words literally for someone: quit feeling sorry for yourself. You cannot blame your family or your parents at the end of the day for your own life choices. And they're saying dare to be different. That's the words I'm getting, dare to be different. So I get the film Pretty Woman in my head here, so whether that's significant with someone that just suddenly popped in. And they're saying, yes, you can change, you can be different. You don't have to follow in the same lines, even if it's expected of you, is what I'm getting from some people. So it doesn't matter what walk of life you come in. If something is expected of you, I get academically as well here in my head. So if someone is expected to go into a specific line of work, to succeed academically when they feel drawn to something different, then dare to be different. Dare to be different. And be yourself. Follow your knowing is what they're saying. So if something doesn't feel right to you, and you do things to please others and to please your family, then will this make you happy? In some instances, I feel that a family member is trying to push you because they have your best interests at heart. And you need to look into your heart and see whether their advice is good, or whether you feel that you're being pushed into something that will pressure you and that you don't want to do. So they're talking about communication here with the family. Communication, family communication. Another message I get here, on a slightly lighter note, is that someone has been thinking about really looking into a family tree and a family history. And there's something very interesting that can be learned from this. There's a sort of fascinating life through this family tree. And they're saying, do the research, find out as much as you can about your ancestors and your family tree, because it will take you on a journey, a very special journey, that could transform your life, are the words that I'm getting here. So, whatever this situation is in your family dynamic, they're also telling me to talk about family culture as well. And they're talking about religious cultures, and they're talking about people of different races. And I get the word sticking to your own kind, but I get the feeling that this is about doing the exact opposite. And I get the words falling in love with someone who would be forbidden, and it's about going against family, and it's a big thing. And there's this feeling that you must look very strongly into your heart, because I get the words, all is not what it seems. And I feel that at this stage, they're saying that it will stand the test of time. So if some of you are feeling about doing something impulsive about a multicultural relationship, they're asking you to hang fire and be patient so that you really know what you're doing. I get Aries here in my head, the star sign Aries, and Capricorn, and Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Okay, so look into your heart, and be patient, nothing impulsive. And they're saying to me again, it will stand the test of time. If it is true, it will stand the test of time, and things will work out. I get the name Nadia here. Sulong, Bridie, Philip, Jose, Prince, Darren, Mary, Derek, Sienna, the word Biggles, Bevan, Tara, Raghu, Patricia, Stacey, Yvonne, Alfie, Barney, Wilbur, Nan, Charlie, Sophie, Diana, Cassie, Tony, Grant, Terry, Victoria, Dallas, Arturo, Norman, Aileen, Claire, Kansas, Tenerife, Cluedo, Monopoly, Rocket, Brisket, Smith. Okay, that's all I get from this card. I hope that it's helped you in some way. Take care. Goodbye. Okay, let's shuffle the cards and see what the animals have to bring. What message do the animals want to give to us today? What card do they have for us today? Okay, and the card that we have today is Dove Spirit, Be Peace. Okay, the first words I get in my head with this card are unrest and a feeling of dis-ease. And again, I've had this in previous readings, so one of the other readings might resonate with you. There seems to be at the present time a collective feeling of unrest. So as an individual, it's this feeling that something's coming. And you can't put your finger on it, but there's this strange feeling around you, and it's like a heavy feeling. It's not like a feeling of gloom and doom, but it's a feeling of being out of sorts is what I would put the feeling as. And not being able to put your finger on it, so you don't feel quite right. Things feel off, although everything is going okay. Although some of you may be having, they're saying, a series of mishaps or a series of misadventures, things that you would laugh about in many ways or cry off, but they leave you with this feeling of wondering, you know, why these things are happening at the end of the day, and why you have this feeling of, you know, things being out of sorts or things not being right, and really not being able to put your finger on it. And the answer is transformation. And you can see the number of the card here, number 21, is the number of the world card and the number of completion. And many of us are going to go through a transition which will lead us to a brighter place. And it's like at the moment you're walking along a dark tunnel and you know there's a light at the end of it, and you may get a sort of hint of a light at the end of it, but you can't see it. It's the only way I can describe it. I feel this feeling of walking along a cave that's echoing all around you, and there's a dampness, and you can hear the dripping of water as you're walking along this cave, and you have your hand on the wall. As you're walking along, you're touching the wall, and you can feel the coolness and the dampness of the wall. And I feel that these touches of the wall are a point in your life, and an emotion in your life, whether happy or sad, that you're reminiscing as you're walking through this darkness. So there are some feelings associated with the moon of looking back, looking at the present, looking at the future. And they're saying particularly looking back at your life and just observing it, I feel, as you go through. I saw 444 on the clock there. As you go through this cave, and they're asking me to reassure you that This moment in time, as I said a little earlier, will bring you through to something bright, a bright light, something good. And they're asking you to just allow yourself to go through this process and rest easy. And to very much go with the flow and see yourself being at peace. See yourself being surrounded by bright lights, cheerfulness, even though at the back of you, sort of at the back of your mind, you may feel this kind of heaviness. It's almost like they're saying, just leave it there and bring this light down on you, bring this laughter, enjoy, have fun, and don't expect gloom and doom, because I feel that some of you have these sort of premonition feelings and they're saying this is different, and you know it's different because it's been going on for a little while. It's not like a sort of feeling you have just before something happens. It's this prolonged feeling of heaviness, and they're saying rebirth. It's like a kind of rebirth. It's like going through a birth canal and being born into something transformational, is what I'm being told. And it's not for me to know, it's not for you to know what this transformation is or what it will feel like. It's just to know that it's good. It will be good. Whatever you're going through right now, this feeling will be good. That's why this beautiful white dove is here. And funnily enough, I get the words patterns and tattoos here. And they're saying dovetail. I think that's an expression, isn't it? Dovetailing, dovetail. So that might be a word that someone is familiar with, or someone uses, or someone's heard being used. They're asking me to mention 21, and I get ring-necked dove, hoodie crow, white buffalo, the name Charmaine, Julie, Florence, Justine, Pink, Pinky, Goldie, Alan, Archie, Caroline, Rose, Lachlan, Kyle, Laddie, Moses, June, Wilma, Sally, Brett, Daniel, Kay, Rita, Matthew, Anne-Marie, Audrey, Isabel, Annie, Gary, Susan, Mick, Mickey. Okay, that's all I've got from this card. I hope that it's helped you in some way. Take care. Okay, so what messages do the mermaids and dolphins have for us? Let's shuffle the cards now and see what card comes up. The mermaids and dolphins. What message do they have? Okay, and the card we have is protection. You, your loved ones and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. The first words I get in my head are unprotected and vulnerable. And I feel in this situation you are feeling a little vulnerable and a little unsafe. And for some of you it's around the home and home life. For others it's financial, and I do get a situation involving a car here as well. And I get the word sick children, so I feel that someone has a child who's unwell and they feel unable to protect them and unable to keep them safe, which is obviously quite a natural feeling when you feel that there's nothing you can do, but there is. You can ask Spirit for guidance, you can ask them for healing, you can ask them to make you feel protected and safe, and to protect your child while they are going through the transition of healing, whatever it may be. And although it may seem difficult for all of you who feel in this way at the moment of feeling unsafe and unprotected, they're asking you to be calm, to feel yourself being surrounded by protection, and to ask for help. And the help will come to you, whether it is in human form, they're saying animal form, whatever form it may be, the help will come. And they know that there's anxiety and stress, but they're asking you to de-stress, because as we've talked about before, situations, things happen to us which do cause stress and anxiety. But what we have to learn to do is to breathe, to be calm, to find an inner peace so that help can reach you. And you cannot help others or yourself if you become so stressed and anxious that you make yourselves ill. And I'm getting headaches here. So someone is becoming so anxious that they're getting headaches. And no, sometimes us humans find it very difficult to rest our mind, but listen to music, find positive affirmations to give, and know that you are safe, whether it's home, whether it's financial, whether it is a loved one who you feel helpless to protect. or make feel safe, know that they will be protected. If you ask for them to be protected, ask for the help for them, it will come. You will get it. I do get robbery in my head here, so I get the feeling that someone may have dealt with theft, and I get the words violated, so there's this feeling that this theft has left you feeling wide open and vulnerable. And they're talking about changing locks, and I feel that they're saying everything happens for a reason, and try to look deeper into this situation and why it happened. There are many reasons, many practical reasons or impractical reasons, or perhaps they're asking you to make your environment a little safer, but they're saying, did you fear? Did you talk about this? Did you talk about the possibility of being robbed? Did you manifest this in some way to yourself through your fears? If not, if you were very positive, if nothing untoward was happening, your life was going well, ask yourself why this happened. There's a reason. There is a reason. Dig deep. Search your soul and see what perhaps caused this thing to happen in your life. Because everything happens for a reason, and although at the time we feel that it is upsetting, sometimes there is a hidden gift in these things. Often there's a hidden gift in these things, I'm being told to say. So they're saying, yes, in our human way we feel victimized, but try not to feel like a victim, they're saying. Think of the reason. That's all I'm getting. Think of the reason. For others of you, I feel that you work in spiritual practices, you work in spiritual ways, and you work for the collective, and they're asking you to protect yourselves more with a bright light, and to remember to ask for heaven, the angels, spirit, those of the light and the good to come to you, and to repel all darkness. Unless they're saying you are working in a particular practice, like I get exorcism in my head, where you may have to deal with darker forces. But in that instance, of course, surround yourself with even more bright lights, bright energy. And they're talking about rainbow light as well, so bringing down a rainbow light. And they're asking me to say that someone is about to take a trip to the seaside. And I get the words garlands in her hair, so I feel that someone dear to you are going to have garlands of flowers in their hair. This could be an animal with possibly like a horse with a long mane, having garlands in the tail and in the hair. So that seems to be specific to someone. I'm getting the word lobster. I think Lobster Bay. Lobster. Princess. Casey. Charisma. Dana, Endeavour, Drew, Clarice, Martin, May, Tulip, Mayflower, Nelson, Humpback Whale, Moose, Bryn, Sarah, Zebedee, Cruz, Julie, Jessup, Vinny, Sienna, Coral C, Christopher, Maggie, Bethany, pearl earrings and a pearl necklace, and a seashell, someone's favourite seashell. Okay, that's all I get from these cards. I hope that they've helped you in some way. Goodbye.